Hi, I'm Sarah Wills, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm going to show you how to make a very cute and fun way to package up some holiday cookies. And here it is. It's a cute elf shoe base into which you pop a cello bag filled with sandwich holiday cookies. So this part looks like the elf stocking. When I made this tutorial, the stores didn't have any holiday cookies in yet, so I used white sandwich fillings. But during November and December, you can easily find cookies with red and green fillings, which are perfect for this project. So let me show you how to make your very own elf shoe cookie gift. First, you want to take a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock in a festive color. I'm using green, and then pop it into your paper trimmer and cut it to be 5 inches wide and keep that 12-inch length on one side, and put it into your scoring tool and score at 6 inches, which is halfway. Then fold that firmly and use a bone folder to get a nice firm score line on that. And that's your basic base. And then you're going to print out the elf shoe template, which you can find on the tutorial page of this website. You're going to print this out onto cardstock to give you a nice firm edge to draw around with your pencil. So once you've printed this out, cut it out using scissors, and this is the shape that you'll have. Lay it on your piece of cardstock. Be sure that this edge here is along your score line. Then take a pencil and draw around your template. Be sure to press firmly down. And then to cut it out, you're going to take a pair of sharp scissors, and for the circular part here, the easiest way to cut that out is using a 1.5 inch circle punch. So hold the two layers firmly together as you cut, and cut just inside that pencil line. Cut all the way around, pressing together nice and firmly as you go, so you get the same cut on both layers. And then for that circular piece, take your circle punch, and I'm going to move it over there a little. And that's your elf shoe shape done. Okay, so when you open it out, you can see both sides. So now you're going to make a trim along the top of the shoe. So to do this, you're going to take a piece of white or glittered cardstock. I'm using Dazzling Diamonds glittery cardstock because I like the shimmery look. And you're going to shape one of the long edges. Now this is sized 6.25 inches long by 1.25 inches wide. I'm using a scallop edge border punch to shape mine, but you can use any border punch that you like, or die. And shape that edge. And that's the edging that you'll have. And then you're going to attach it to your elf shoe. And to do this, you're going to take a piece of very strong adhesive tape. I'm using sticky strip, and pop it along that top edge. Push down and take the backing off. You're going to take your piece of trim that you just shaped and turn it over. This makes it much easier to see exactly where you're positioning. And when you're happy with where it is, push your elf shoe down onto it, and there it is. Now you're going to fold along that score line again, and you'll notice here there's some overlap, so you can either use your scissors or that circle punch again just to neaten those edges up. Okay, and there's your shoe shape. Now you're going to attach the shoe pieces together, but you have to be really careful because you don't want to attach this piece here because you need to make this tube for your cookies to go into. So open it up. You can either use glue dots or tape to do this part. I like to use glue dots. And pop your adhesive in place. And fold that over, pushing down. And then you can see the toes that are together, that you still have that nice shape to pop your sandwich cookies into. Now next you're going to make a pom-pom for the end of the toe, and you can use a furry pom-pom to do this, but I decided to make one out of glittered cardstock, so I used my 7/8 of an inch circle punch to cut out 2 shapes and then attach them in place. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your tube of cookies. You're going to fill a cello bag with cookies. The bag has to be about 5 inches wide by 10 inches high. Pop your cookies in and roll your bag up and tape in place at the back so you have a nice tube shape. And for the top you're going to tie it using a piece of white baker's twine or any twine that you have. And then you're going to make some tags for it. Take the stamps or the sentiments that you want and stamp onto cardstock, and then punch or die cut those out. I used a banner die to make mine and punched small holes in the top and tied them onto my tube. Then when you're done, you're going to slide your tube into your elf shoe base and tie around a piece of festive coloured ribbon. When you tie this around, pull really tight and tie in a nice bow at the front to hold it in place to make sure they don't fall out, and it will sit nice and flat on your base. And that there is one super cute cookie treat that I think anybody would love to receive. I hope you enjoyed my project, that you enjoy making your own, and if you have any questions just let me know. I'll be very happy to help.